Hey, this is Jonesy from Jonesy TV coming at you with a review for Arrow Season 4, Episode 7, I believe, which is entitled Brotherhood. This episode was very great, and there were so many things that were good about this episode, and it brought back that nostalgic feeling of Season 2 Arrow. It really did. There's few episodes in Season 4 that really do that. And what's funny is it's on a much larger scale than Season 1 and Season 2, but at the same time, it's grounded. The characters are developed well, and there's amazing fighting scenes. If you recall, to my past reviews of Arrow, uh, I always say that season 3, especially in some parts of season 4, the fighting scenes are not on par with season 1 and season 2. They just aren't. They simply are not. And this episode was amazing. The choreography and the fighting scenes was simply fantastic. There's this one scene that sort of even reminds me of a Daredevil-esque scene. Like, I wouldn't say it's nearly as good, but it's the same sort of thing, where Thea is fighting Thea is fighting Diggle's brother Andy in the elevator, and he just, it focuses on them going all the way down in the elevator, and it's a one long shot. And normally they do choppy fighting sequences, like where they go back and forth, because it's just easier to film, but they use the shaky camera and keep going. And I remember watching this episode and being like, man, this is the best fighting I've seen on Arrow in a while. And the drama wasn't bad this week, which is saying something for Arrow, because it's usually like just soap opera type episodes, but this episode the drama was like founded. Ray, of course, coming back, he felt like he failed this city because he didn't leave behind a good legacy. Everybody still thinks he's dead, and he's going through this rough patch where he's like, man, what should I be doing? And Felicity sort of helps him get out of that patch and helps him, inevitably in the end he helps Team Arrow defeat Hive, and so that's really good. And Diggle, on the other hand, he's going through, oh, Andy's working with Hive. This is awful. This is terrible. He's going through this emotional state, which, of course, if your brother was turned against you and was working for the enemy, in any instance, you'd get emotional. And so it was very justified. It wasn't just, thrown out there like some Arrow drama. And really, Andy's betrayal is, a common theme throughout this season, and this episode is really well expressed. And Oliver's campaign run, Oliver running, for office and taking his campaign and running it in the light, it's a good theme too, because the whole theme of Arrow season 4 supposedly was the light and the dark, and Oliver trying to manage both, and it was pretty great. And also the flashbacks got better this week. Conklin finally, tried to make his move on Oliver, but Oliver got convinced Ritter that it was him, and he, got to punish Conklin. And like I said, the guy who plays Conklin is a fantastic actor. He's great in Continuum and in Sanctuary. So this episode was just superb. Especially just when Brandon Roos, Adam, flew in, when Ray Palmer flew in and just started punching the different. There's this fight in the courtyard by Damien Dark's facility where Andy was, and it was just like so well made. I honestly think this is the best fighting Arrow's seen since the beginning of season 3. To this point, it was just simply, well, I don't know if best, but it was well, like I said, it was a well put together episode that seemed grounded enough, even though it was dealing with a larger plot point. And I really think the drama was good, the action was good. This was overall a great Arrow episode. I would have to give this episode a 9. It was simply fantastic. It brought Arrow back to its old form, and it was just a great episode, and it had a lot of great underlying themes, such as brotherhood, who's your real brother, and redemption with Ray coming back and and legacy, because Ray wanted his legacy to be the same. So this is a great episode. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. This has been Jonesy from Jonesy TV reviewing Arrow Season 4, Episode 7. Which is entitled Brotherhood. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. This is Jonesy signing off.